Hello and welcome to the Weekend Review for Module 2, Week 2. A great job on Module 1. And what I'd like to do in this Weekend Review is we're going to talk a little bit about Module 1 and what you did there. Also talk about what we're doing this week and a look ahead at some of those big projects, that case study, which is kind of the big project that you'll be doing throughout this entire course. Then also, please stay tuned. Immediately following this video, I'll have another video about some important program information that will or could directly apply to you, something that you may wish to do. So please stay tuned immediately following this video. I'll have the two videos connected together and watch that video. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about last week. Last week, Module 1, you did your topic paper, kind of did a cursory review on those. We'll have those graded by Wednesday of this week, so look for your grades on that. So far, every one of them looks really good, the ones that I pulled up this morning. Also, you had a discussion about staying informed with your career. This is very important in that so you know what's on the horizon, how your career is, what forces that could impact and change your career. But it could also give you new insights to directions to take your career that you may not have realized. Now, what are some good resources to do that? I know some of you said that in there that you really don't do that. And no, that probably you should. I think Carmen had some good ideas about how to do that, and I'm going to discuss some other options along that same line. But it is very important to stay kind of aware of what's going on there. So let's talk about the ASRT. The ASRT is one publication that you could belong to, but they, organization which has a publication which has scanner and of course radiologic technology. They do a good job, but unfortunately they're kind of a bottoms-up approach, and I think that they really do a disservice to technologists in sort of a bigger picture arena. So, and it may be self-serving in that area. So, but know that it is an important piece. But I would say that what you want is more of a top-down look. And that's really looking at what the C-suite, those CEOs, CFOs, those medical imaging managers that are managing multiple locations, what are they thinking? What are they doing? That's what you want to know, because that's where they're going to put the capital investment. This is where they're going to do the downsizing. This is where they're going to do the hiring. You want to know those ideas. You also want to know what new trends are coming about. What companies are doing, what. And these companies may have opportunities you never even realized. So again, kind of a bigger picture from the top, kind of the top down versus the bottom up. Here are 3 publications that I recommend you go out this week and get. And the cost is free. And these are the 3 that I, for medical imaging, that I subscribe to. The first one, and they're good for all forms of medical imaging, ultrasound, even radiation therapy, and nuke med as well. One of them is Health Imaging. Again, great magazine. This tends to be a little bit more on the harder science part of the technology side. But again, good overview on what's going in there. This week, all kinds of ICD-10, that's a big issue. If you don't know what that is, they have an article about ICD-10. That's something that you want to be aware of. So, Health Imaging, I'll put some links in the course notes to find these. Again, it's free. They send you the magazine because, of course, they want to sell you PACS systems. They want to sell you all these major vendors that are in here, Hitachi, but it also gives you ideas on these major vendors that you may not have realized that might be great places for employment. Okay, so Health Imaging, that's one. Radiology Today, great magazine as far as practice management goes. A lot of high-level stuff in here, very good. Yeah, so definitely it's got a good, they got a summary of the RSNA in here, new breast screening tools, great magazine. Of course, they also talk about, the management side as well. And strictly, when you look at kind of where the money's at is imaging economics. I really like this one. I guess if I only had one, I would choose this one because unfortunately where the money is where the jobs are. Where the jobs are where the opportunities are. So imaging economics does a great focus on kind of that aspect of it. But I get all three. And again, it doesn't cost me anything. You just need to sign up. And they have a couple of those for sure have very, very nice digital editions. Plus, I get the paper one. But it's nice to know I got that archive. I can, like with imaging economics, I can go get the past issues anytime I want, and you can't beat the cost. Okay, so please sign up. If not for all three, pick a couple, sign up for those. You'll find that just them coming into the house, laying on the coffee table, you spend 15 minutes a month flipping through there, you become better informed. So it does kind of almost osmosis will help you keep current with your profession and also, again, give you those ideas of where you may want to take your career. All right, enough about last week. This week, what are we doing? Well, one of your assignments is going to be doing a LinkedIn profile. If you already have one, that's fine. But just go out. Once you do your LinkedIn profile, go out, find me. I have information in the assignment. But look for Christopher Gibbons, find me, and ask me for a connection. That way I know you've done the assignment. If you have privacy concerns and you don't want to do the LinkedIn, I understand. If you don't know what LinkedIn is like Facebook, but for professionals. Also, once you are on LinkedIn, I would look for some groups. There are hundreds of medical imaging groups out there. Some are better than others. And there's also all the major companies have a kind of a company group as well. So go out and look for some groups that might be of interest to you. Remember, this is strictly a professional site. It's not like traditional social media. So, but can be very useful. You never know. A lot of headhunters, or I should say recruiters, will kind of look through this website for folks. You may get a call out of the blue looking for someone to hire you. So do take the time to make a nice, good, professional profile on LinkedIn. There is I do give you like the top 8 mistakes to make on LinkedIn. Please read that little article before you make your profile or tune up your existing profile. You're also going to do an alumni profile, which is simply a one-page sheet that we will retain here at the college, strictly used internal purposes. Should we ever need to contact you about something, let you know important college information, this will be one mechanism for us to capture information on you before you're leaving us in just a few weeks. We really would like to have your picture in there. Now, you'll notice there's a little square that you'll, kind of like a driver's license or a passport photo, that you'll cut and paste your image in there. Please use an image of yourself and not, a cat or a dog or whatnot. In the past, we have encouraged the use of avatars that express maybe who you are, but this one we really would like a selfie, if you will. So please take time to do that. Plus, your LinkedIn profile it's nice to have a really good, decent headshot for your LinkedIn profile. So hopefully you can use that same image for both. Okay. Also this week, we're going to be starting our Future-Proof Your Career. If you kind of see a running theme here, it's really about that environmental scanning, knowing what's going on in the environment to position yourself for your career and your career longevity. We're going to be going through a workbook where you'll be writing a paragraph about what you took away from that particular reading. You don't have to necessarily do the workbook activities, or you can do them, the ones that you feel that might resonate the most with you. I'm not going to grade the workbook itself, but I do want to see your feedback after you've done kind of the reading assignment for the workbook for each one of these modules. So you'll be working on the Future-Proof Your Career workbook. Also, you'll be having a discussion, and this discussion will center around going out and finding a job that's not involved in the direct imaging chain. So don't look for a CT job, MRI job, radiation therapy job. I want you to find something that stretches kind of the horizon out a little bit, leverages your degree out there. I give you a ton of links of companies out there, or I give you names of companies that you can research. look for positions anywhere in the country. You'll come back and you'll report on that. And you'll do that through the discussion. So hopefully it's kind of open your vision up to different areas that you can maybe take your career someday. All right. And then number 4, I'd like to have you do or set up your one-on-one discussion that you'll have with me. If not this week, at least early next week. I have a new scheduler that I use. And don't let it throw you, but it's the same scheduler that I use for virtual open houses. But we can use it for this 10 to 15 minute conversation. So please schedule that time so we can talk about especially the major assignment due for this course. Now, lastly, before I go into, well, let's just go ahead and we'll cover this right now. There is a major project assignment tab on there, on the course that I put in over the weekend. Please go into that tab, look at those assignments that are due. It primarily centers around a case study. Now, it's a situation where you're a newly promoted manager, you're in a hospital, and you're basically looking to improve business. But it's going to take into effect everything, not just the business side of imaging. You're going to also have to think about the patient care, the training side. A lot of different things that you've learned are going to come kind of interweave itself within this case study. So, be prepared to kind of bring in everything that you've learned into this case study. You'll be first preparing a report for your boss, and then you'll be making a presentation to the board of directors of the healthcare system. That will be done through something called MoveNote. Now, so go to that major assignment tab, look around in there, look at those assignments, start work early on those. When we have our one-on-one discussions, we can talk about the major assignment, but I would again look at those, what the assignment is, look at the tutorials that I provide in there too. Do watch all those tutorials. This is critical. Do watch all those tutorials. They will solve a lot of problems for you and make your presentation just look really, really good. It takes maybe 35 minutes to watch all 3 of those tutorials about how to make that presentation through something that we call MoveNote. Now, MoveNote is a web-based program that you can actually, I encourage you this week, go to movenote.com. You can just Google it. You'll find it right away. And make a simple little MoveNote. Do a little practice presentation. No one has to see it, but you'll be able to see how your lighting looks, how your camera looks, how to upload a PowerPoint. Maybe after watching my tutorials, try a practice one. It gives you a good feel about it. So when you do make your major presentation, you've already got that kind of figured out. You're not struggling with the major presentation and some of the technical aspects, and you've already got a good feel about how MoveNote is going to work. So go try a little practice MoveNote. We'll talk more about that in our one-on-one conversations later this week and early next. Okay, checking my notes here. All right, we've talked about last week. Again, great job. We've talked about what we're doing this week, and then immediately following this, please stay tuned for some important information about the program, especially as it relates to you folks that are graduating. And Carmen knows what I'm talking about because we've already had discussions, long, detailed discussions about this. But it may apply to you as well. A wonderful benefit, but something that you would need to act on right away so we can coordinate how we are going to do this for you. So, excellent. All right. Thank you very much for watching this Week in Review, and stay tuned for the important course news information coming up, or program news information coming up immediately following this. Thanks. Hello and welcome to this news flash for summer semester 2014. I want to go over 3 very important items in the next few minutes, so please do pay attention. All right, well, the first one is registration. Very soon you will be registering for both your summer and fall semesters. So this is kind of unique in that a very short time period you schedule for 2 semesters. Now, a few weeks ago, the registrar's office did send out information about when registration would start. So please check your college email frequently, and also look for that old email that came out about 3 weeks ago from the registrar's office or the Office of Student Records. Now, what that said is basically had a timetable of when you could register for your courses. Why is that important? Does it make a difference when I register? Absolutely, especially if you want to get the courses that you want. Just like any other school, there are courses that are in more demand than others, and they tend to fill up very quickly. The good news is that most of you, because of your rank, which means how many credit hours you have earned, you get preferential treatment. You get first dibs, first grabs at all courses here at Mercy College. Again, it does depend on how many credit hours you have earned in total at all of your college level work. We do look at all of your previous college level work, add it all together, plus your Mercy stuff, add it all together to figure out where your rank is. Now, most of you rank at the very top, which means you're going to get first day, first minute access to all those courses. A few of you that are in the Pathway program, because you haven't accumulated quite as many credit hours, are probably going to be in the middle of when you could register. So, for example, for most of you that have well over 60 credit hours, you'll be able to register first, and that'll be 95% of you. Here are the important dates. For summer semester, for registering for summer classes, you can do that on March 24th at noon. So please go on March 24th at noon and register for your courses, especially if it's one that you really would like to take. Maybe it's a certain religious studies course, or it could be anything. Again, go in there quickly, register for those courses, get them, so we're not in a situation where you get closed out of a course that you really wanted. Okay, so March 24th will be for the vast majority of you that have over 60 credit hours, will be able to register for your courses on that date. Now, for the rest of you, looking at my chart here, for the rest of you that have between 30 and 59 credit hours, and that's all the rest of you that, or any of you that might be in the Pathway status, you're simply one day after that. At noon on March 25th, you can go in and register for your classes. On the 26th, the great vast majority of the horde of Mercy College students will start registering. So by that time, by the end of that day, pretty much a lot of the maybe more popular or desired courses will be full. So take advantage of those dates. The 24th for the vast majority of you, 95%, and for those of you that have under 59 credit hours, it's just the very next day. So even the next day, you shouldn't have a problem in getting what you want. Okay, so that's for summer. Then a week later, we're going to have fall registration. That will start for the first tier for the most of you folks having over 60 credit hours. That'll start on March 31st. For those of you that have 59 or under credit hours, that will start on April 1st. So please make sure you write those dates down, have them down. Most of you are probably going to be working when that noon window opens, but when you come home from work, should have plenty of time. When you come home from work, sign on the laptop, do yourself a favor, grab those classes. You can always drop them later if you want to decide to change things up a little bit, but grab them now before they're gone. So you get first choices of what you want. All right, so excellent. Registration coming up very soon at the end of this month. Be aware. If you ever have any questions about what classes to take, we do build a plan of study out, but I know that things change over time. Your status changes, all kinds of things happen. Please contact Aaron House, I would say sooner rather than later, so you have your plan. You know exactly what courses you're going to go for, and you got everything all spelled out. You're not scrambling again on that very same day trying to figure out what classes to take. And registering as well. So please contact Aaron, your academic advisor, or me. I'd be happy to do it as well. And we'll make sure that you're taking the right classes. Okay. Another very important thing to look at. When you register for summer courses, you probably have noticed that all of your core professional courses, your medical imaging courses, start with the prefix RAD, RAD, radiography. We are changing that prefix for fall semester to IMG. For various reasons, because of our growth, we are separating those prefixes, the RAD and the IMG. The IMG will be strictly the stuff that you do, the higher level 3 and 400 level stuff. The RAD prefix will stick strictly with our lower level radiologic technology program. So we are going to differentiate the two. That'll start in the fall. So I've even had students contact me who were looking ahead. You can actually look ahead and see what courses are available. And they say, Chris, I don't see any RAD courses coming up for fall. That's because the prefix has changed for fall to IMG. Course numbers stay the same, course descriptions stay the same, course names stay the same. So pretty simple. Just look for IMG in fall and the course number and you'll be fine. In summer, we're still sticking to the old system, the RAD system. So don't let that throw you. Okay. Now, for the big exciting news. Some of you have got a little look-see preview of this and very excited about that. But here is the kind of the new feature for your program. And to me, I think it's a no-brainer. And I developed this program, and I specifically because I know that it would add tremendous value to the Bachelor of Science in Medical Imaging students. Now, we're also going college-wide with this program as well. But what it is a minor in healthcare administration. And let's take a look. I'm going to attach a flyer. You'll see the flyer located in the course news. Please take a look at that. But let's take a look at what this means and why I think it's kind of a no-brainer for most folks to do. All right, so if you see the flyer here, the way that I designed it is that you have some core professional courses that you have to take with a minor. Let me go back and tell you a little bit about how minors and majors work. Obviously, your major is in medical imaging, and then you can minor in things. Many schools have minors. This is now our 4th minor here at Mercy College. And really the only one, I would say, well, the other ones could be of interest. We have a psychology minor. We have, well, that's not offered online, so that actually the other ones would not even work because they're not offered online. So this is the only one that is offered 100% fully online. So if you see here, you have core courses, required 9 credit hours, HCA 214. Well, the good news is you're taking HCA 214 now. As you remember, the medical imaging program, about a third of that is already dedicated to healthcare administration. So out of those core classes, the 214 you already have. The BUS 312 you already have. The HCA 412 you already take. And then if you look at the electives, you have to pick 3 for a total of 9 credit hours. If you scroll through, look through there, you notice that you already have the finance class, which is right here, HCA 410. You already have the finance class. All you need to do to pick up a minor that'll be listed on your transcripts for all time is take 2 additional courses. That is it. Imagine, I mean, this is a huge advantage. Anybody else not having any healthcare administration classes have to take 6 courses at 18 credit hours to get it done. You folks only need 2 additional courses to do it, and you can pick any one of those 2 out of those elective lists. So I think it adds a great value to your degree very quickly, very easily. Now, the thing to remember about majors and minors is they are linked together. You cannot just have a minor degree. There is no such thing as a minor degree. It is a minor of the major. So you are conferred the minor simultaneously at the same, no, of course, at the same time that you are conferred the major. Again, so at graduation, when you're completed your graduation requirements for the major, the minor then also becomes into play. So very interesting to do. I think it's a great kind of no-brainer. Very only 2 extra classes, and then you can put on your resume minor in healthcare administration, major in medical imaging. It is a great 1-2 punch. All right, now what do? How do you do this? Well, we do have to have you not necessarily apply, but we do need to know that you are in a minor track. So you will contact Aaron House, and Aaron will guide you through a very simple kind of record keeping, if you will. I hate to say even application, but it is applying for a minor. Again, very easy to do. Aaron will guide you through that. Also, in selecting those 2 additional courses, again, it's for you folks, it's very easy to simply pick from that elective course list. There is no way that you can go wrong by sticking to what's on that list. But if you have any questions about what to take, as those really, again, only 2 additional courses, Aaron can maybe guide you with that if you have certain questions about courses and what should I take. And I can help you, as well. I would just say kind of let your own personal interest guide you with what those 2 additional courses are. If you're heading towards more of a PACS, medical imaging informatics, if you really that resonated with you, I would definitely recommend the HCA 316 Healthcare Information Systems. Take that. Maybe you're moving more towards an accounting, finance piece. I think a great tie-in would be the managerial accounting. So again, kind of look at where your interests lie. I don't think you can go wrong with really choosing any of those 2 in there as your elective. So very, very exciting news on the minor. And so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, again, about the minor, you can always contact me because I put it together. But Aaron will actually guide you through the process and advise you as you kind of complete these requirements for the minor, and of course for your own degree as well in medical imaging. All right. Thank you for watching this video. I know it ran a little long, but we have some very important news with registration, with the prefix change effective in fall, and with the very new and exciting minor. One note here I forgot to mention, and to congratulate our upcoming graduates. If you are graduating this spring and the minor is something you are interested in doing, please contact me immediately. We do have a strategy in place for folks that are graduating in just a few weeks on how we could do this for you, have you still participate in commencement. The tricky part is that the 2 have to be linked together. So we would simply kind of delay your official completion of the program until you finish those 2 courses. But we did want to let you know that there is a mechanism out there. We got a way to do it, and you can still participate in graduation ceremony. But contact me immediately to discuss that, and I'll work with Aaron and we'll work with student records to come up with a plan to have you complete the minor. Again, easy, 2 classes. So. But for the rest of you who may not be graduating until next spring or the spring after that, again, very, very easy to work in. All right, excellent. Thank you very much. And as always, thank you for watching.